The first step of construction is setting up your company's standards and procedures of how you're going to execute each construction project. You want to standardize those so everybody's not reinventing the wheel as each construction project begins. With those standards and procedures established, everybody on your team knows how to start the project and knows how to start it at the way that your company expects for you to execute it. Those standards will guide you from inception to conclusion. That'll take you from construction, design, all the way through when the project closes out and eventually warranty. So let's talk about the before construction. We've set up our standards and procedures, and then you come to the design phase. Either you're in a design build where you're working with your designers to develop the project, or if you received the design, the major next step is to really dive into that design and start dissecting it to make it constructible, and also to start getting inputs from both your subcontractors and also the designers, and working collaboratively on how to best build a project. A key element of that is understanding what the designer's goals and views, and also, more importantly, the owner's desired outcome. If you can bring all of those together as soon as possible in the process, that'll help guide you and also guide you and your team through the construction process. It'll also help clear up any questions or issues sooner than later, which, as everybody knows, questions, RFIs, misunderstandings, go back work can kill a project. So I can't emphasize enough that you get in there and you look at and work with the design team, the owners, and really flesh out that design along with your subcontractors. Be it one of the best tools we've ever used is building integrated modeling, which really gives you a 3D view of everything that's going into the project. As somebody I work with says, it gives you the crystal ball of what the project going to look like before you're building in the field. Where if you're trying to fix a mistake in the field or address in the field, it can be very costly on a labor and material perspective. As you continue through the project and the project's coming to conclusion, early on you want to start planning on how you're going to close out the project. You want to set this up, again, as soon as possible with the owners, the architects, on deficiencies, on their expectations for paperwork, and how that's going to get delivered. The closeout process is just like one of those standard procedures that we talked about at the beginning. It is a process, and it's going to be unique to each project. But you need to get it going on it early, because you don't want to wait till the last minute when everybody's winding down off the project and you haven't documented what's happened on the project and how everything that is required needs to look like, needs to be formatted, it needs to be aggregated. It needs to be done throughout the entire project. The next significant thing after you've worked through the design and collaborated with the entire team is the construction contract. Every subcontract that both the contract with the owner and every subcontract you set up with either your suppliers and also the subcontractors will be doing work on site. The contract, whatever's written in the contract, that is what everybody should be following. It is critical because it establishes your expectations of what each supplier and subcontractor is going to do on the project, and also the subcontractors will understand what your requirements are on that project. So it's very important that after you've tendered each scope of work, that you review in detail the subcontract with the winning subcontractor or supplier, and they understand what your expectations are, what the project's expectations are, and also you understand exactly what they are providing for the project. If it's not written in the contract, if inclusions, exclusions, you need to be very specific and make sure that your subcontract captures everything you want. And also, a big recommendation is that one of the things that we do at Walsh Canada is we keep track of, from project to project, each scope of work of things where there might have been an issue or something unique happened, we try to capture them in the lessons learned on for contracts, and we try to make sure that we discuss them with our suppliers and subcontractors at the next project, just so there's no future misunderstandings. It is as I said, the contract is very critical, because if there are any issues come up in the future, your lawyer, our lawyers, everybody's lawyers will just simply ask what is in the subcontract, and what is written. That is what needs to be followed.